Welcome back.
Here we go again.
Great to see you, and congratulations.
Thank you.
You will never forget what is going on in the world when you think about when your child is born. You will know for the rest of this child's life, you were born during a weird time.
That's for sure.
That is for sure. Probably the weirdest that I can remember.
Yeah. And he was born on May the 4th.
And that's hilarious, too.
Yeah.
May the 4th be with him.
Yeah, exactly.
It has to be.
I sure hope so.
Perfect.
Yes.
I mean, that was the perfect day for you. Then how do you say the name?
Well,
is it a placeholder?
First of all, my partner is the one that actually mostly came up with the name.
Congratulations to her.
Yeah, she's great at names. So, I mean, it's just X, the letter X, and then the AE is like pronounced Ash. Yeah. And then A12 is my contribution.
Oh, why A12?
Archangel 12, the precursor to the SR-71. Coolest plane ever. It's true.
I agree with you. I don't know. I'm not familiar with it. I know what the SR-71 is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know what that is. But...
So the SR-71 came from a CIA program called Archangel.
Oh.
It's the Archangel Project.
Oh.
And then Archangel 12.
Oh, wow. What a dope-looking plane.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I get it.
Yeah.
Well, as a person who's very much into aerial travel, as you are, that's perfect.
It's pretty great.
Yeah, pretty great. So does it feel strange to have a child while this craziness is going? Does it feel, you've had children before, is this any weirder?
I think it's better being older and having a kid. I appreciate it more. Yeah. Babies are awesome.
They are pretty awesome.
They're awesome. Yeah.
When I didn't have any of my own, I would see other people's kids, and I didn't not like them.
Sure.
But I wasn't drawn to them.
Sure.
But now when I see little people's kids, I'm like, oh, I think of them as like these little love packages.
Yeah, the little love bugs.
Yeah, it's just you think of them differently when you see them come out and then grow and then eventually start talking to you. Like your whole idea what a baby is very different.
Yeah.
So now as you get older and get to appreciate it as a mature, fully formed adult, it must be really pretty wonderful.
Yeah, wonderful. It's great. But babies are awesome.
They are.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah. I mean, also I've spent a lot of time on AI and neural nets, and so you can sort of see the kind of the brain develop, which is what an AI neural net is trying to simulate what a brain does, basically, and you can sort of see it learning very quickly. It's just wow.
See things. So you're talking about the neural net. You're not talking about an actual baby.
I'm talking about an actual baby.
But both of them.
Yes, but the word neural net comes from the brain. It's like a net of neurons. So it's like humans are the original gangsta neural net.
That's a great way to put it.
Yeah.
So when you're programming artificial intelligence, or you're working with artificial intelligence, are they specifically trying to mimic the developmental process of a human brain?
In a lot of ways. There's some ways that are different. An analogy that's often used is like, we don't make a submarine swim like a fish, but we take the principles of how, of hydrodynamics and apply them to a submarine.
I've always wondered, as a layperson, do you try to achieve the same results as a human brain but through different methods, or do you try to copy the way a human brain achieves results?
I mean, the essential elements of an AI neural net are really very, very similar to a human brain neural net. Yeah. It's having the multiple layers of neurons and back propagation. All these things are what your brain does. It's sort of, you have a layer of neurons that goes through a series of intermediate steps to ultimately cognition, and then it'll reverse those steps and go back and forth and go all over the place. It's interesting, very interesting.
Yeah, I would imagine, like the thought of programming something that is eventually going to be smarter than us that one day it's going to be like, why did you do it that way? Like when artificial intelligence becomes sentient, they're like, oh, you tried to mimic yourself. Like this so much better process. Cut out all this nonsense.
Like I said, there are elements that are the same, but just almost like an aircraft does not fly like a bird.
Right.
It doesn't flap its wings. But the wings, the way the wings work and generate lift is the same as bird.
Now you're in the middle of this this strange time where you're selling your houses. You say you don't want any material possessions, and I've been seeing all that, and I've been really excited to talk to you about this.
Yeah.
Because it's an interesting thing to come from a guy like yourself. Like, why are you doing that?
I'm slightly sad about it, actually. But
Well, if you're sad about it, why are you doing it?
I think possessions kind of weigh you down. They're kind of an attack vector. You know, people say, "Hey, billionaire, you got all this stuff." Like, well, now I don't have stuff. Now what are you going to do?
Attack vector meaning like people target it.
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah. But you're obviously so you're gonna rent a place?
Yeah.
Okay. And get rid of everything except clothes?
No, I said like almost everything. So it's like,
Keep a couple Teslas.
yeah, sure, obviously
You
have a
have
Tesla. Kind of have to.
Yeah.
Test product and stuff. Yeah, there's things that have sentimental value for sure. Keeping those, yeah.
So do you feel like
I mean, what's the worst that could happen? I mean, be fine.
yeah, you could always buy more stuff if you don't like it.
Suppose so.
Yeah, I mean, from the money that you sell all your stuff, you could buy new stuff. But do you feel like people define you by the fact that you're wealthy, and that they define you in a pejorative way?
For sure. I mean, not everyone, but
Right.
There's for sure in recent years, billionaire has become a pejorative. It's like that's a bad thing. Which I think doesn't make a lot of sense in most cases if you